About a half dozen dogs are not only proving to be man's best friend, but are sniffing out difficult ground-level work. They help scientists to do their research much quicker. Wildlife biologists from the Conservation Canine Center for Conservation Biology, working in the Adirondacks, use their trained dogs to locate where moose are habitating. The dogs not only keep their nose close to the grindstone, but even closer to the ground. The sniffer dog's job is to pick up the scent of moose droppings and alert their handlers. Alec Wong heads up the Moose Sensitivity Project in the Adirondacks.
The idea there is that we're getting some genetic material from epithelial cells that have sloughed off as the scat moves through the intestine. And so with the genetic material we can identify the individuals that deposited those scats. Why that's important is because it allows us to use capture-recapture methods to estimate the population size. Without individual identity, we can say where moose are, where they aren't.
Once released, the dogs set out, sniffing the air, seeking the odor cone of their target, ground-level moose scat.
She'll sniff it, she'll look at me. Sometimes she sits if she's behaving really well, and other times she'll stand there saying, "Hey, come over here, I've got something for you."
Moose like areas that are difficult for humans to maneuver in. The dog's shallow height works to their advantage. The area that they're looking in today is near Ausable Forks, and the area is swampy and the overgrowth is very thick, but the moose love it. Moose began to come to the Adirondacks about 40 years ago. Since then, there has been little population research done. Residents believe that there's been a moose increase. Without a formal study, there is no way to get a number to see if the population is increasing, stagnating, or decreasing. Vermont has done a formal study showing they have 3,000 to 4,000 moose, while Maine has about 70,000.
If we want to manage the population of moose here effectively, the first step is to know how many there are.
Their research is also looking at browse availability. How good is it? They want to know where moose eat, what they eat, and how many moose can the Adirondacks support. That information will go to the State Department of Environmental Conservation. That's vital information they need concerning the moose.
So we'll go around in the U.S. and find dogs that have difficulty finding homes, and it's because they have such a high drive. They literally will take playing ball over a T-bone steak. The way we find them is we just show a dog a ball and looking for that pupil dilation, the obsessive shaking, and that poise. So it's not necessarily a dog that's jumping and running around like crazy. It's the one that has a really intense focus. And we'll go out and play fetch with them for a half hour, and that's usually our interview to see if a dog would work well for a program.
Dogs in the program can be trained to do remarkable detective work. They can sniff out almost anything that has an odor.
We can do targets as small as caterpillar scat, and we can also do targets as big as whale scat on the water.
When dogs lock onto a target, they know that recess soon follows.
Ranger has just found a moose scat. There it is right over there. He indicates by laying down next to the scat, and that tells me that he's found something that we're looking for.
The moose study will probably go on for another year. By then, the numbers could be in, detailing the approximate number of moose living here and what their future might be. For Mountain Lake Journal, I'm Jack LeDuc in the Adirondacks.